Hello again. When I used to write in my journal all the time, at least that first year, I would write in the middle of the night, I'd write during the day. Sometimes I'd write 3 times in the day. And so I set out to like do this journal video wise. And I find myself like, it's different when it's a video. It's like I'm talking to somebody. This is supposed to be a diary, like I'm talking to myself. So maybe I should treat it more like that and quit trying to be the center of attention that I always am trying to be. I'm struggling. So I set out to like help out people, and I got really distracted with Facebook, and that's before it all began. I was still doing these videos, but I started, adding people on my Facebook and stuff, and I felt like it was, not that it was inappropriate, but and I just felt like I was reaching out, like adding more women than not. And so I deactivated it, not like, 2 days after that I downloaded Threads, and now Threads is more distracting to me than anything. And so I have to delete it tonight. And I don't want to delete it tonight. I put a bunch of stuff on there, like journey stuff. And maybe what I'll do is just delete it off my phone and just leave it so that stuff is on there, but it got distracting to a point of like, it's like a version of Twitter or X. Sorry, Elon, but as if he's gonna watch this, but it's like a version of Twitter. Why wouldn't I just do this on Twitter? And if I really enjoy it enough, I'll pay for Twitter, but we'll see. Can I afford another subscription? Well, it's only $11. Then I can post content on there. I realize that's why it's not letting me post these videos and stuff. And I found a spot, like this YouTube thing is where I can put it all in there, and if something happens to me, my kids can watch this. I love you guys. And it's not that I'm calling myself out, it's just what I'm dealing with. Like somebody will comment on it, on a video, or they'll comment on a post, and it'll be what I perceive to be a female, good looking one too, and I realize that there's millions of women on the planet, and these are a ton of fake people. They're not people, they're just, they have their thing that they do, and whether it's gaining information or whatever, but it's not what I thought it was. I really don't have any business being, like, right now talking to anybody. I realize that, like, also that I really probably shouldn't be engaging with women in general. I'm not there yet. And I say yeah because eventually it will be, but I'm so broken still, it's not even funny. Now, I'm not saying I'm not worth it, but like, so let's say somebody engages with me and we have a nice back and forth conversation. How absorbed am I going to be in that? And it's going to prevent me from being able to do what I need to do at work, at home. Like, is my downtime going to be at work? Is my downtime going to be when I'm with the kids? Because if that's the case, fuck that. I don't want that. If I'm like talking to somebody and then, Lucy needs something, and I'm like, well, hold on, I gotta finish this conversation. Fuck that, man. They need to come first when I'm there. Unless I'm like logged into a meeting, they need to come first while I'm there, so I can give them full attention. That's more valuable. That's why I did this. It's more valuable than any conversation with somebody who might be genuinely nice and engaging with me. And it's basically, it comes down to I'm lonely. I want female companionship. And I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about a good conversation where we laugh, we talk about each other, that kind of stuff. And that's not the mission right now. The mission isn't to get like great and then just start being that. That's not the goal here right now. I gotta have my life together. It's not. I'm still like in between where I'm gonna live. I have a good idea, but in the process of it all, like, do I have time for that right now? And I don't. And it's easy enough to distract me enough to like throw me off completely. Throw me off of the path I'm on, and then what? And then I'm left with a bunch of feelings, and I have to work through them when it could easily be prevented by not doing it at all. And I'm sharing this with myself. I'm putting this on here because this is the moment for me where I have to grow. This is the moment for me where I have to say, okay, enough is enough. It's something you try. The only thing reaching out to me on that platform, that social media platform, is fake anyways. And even if it's real, it's not. You know, talking to somebody who says they're from the Netherlands and then asking where I grew up at, and then asking what my kids' names are, what my pet's name is. It's like, I already know what that is. And then all it does is it creates an uncomfortable feeling in here with me where I feel upset. And it doesn't keep me positive to whatever I'm doing. And I'm noticing the negative feelings that I'm having right now about it. And so it's okay, Rodney, you're human. It's okay, man. This isn't as bad as it can get. And it's just part of the process of like truly being alone. When you got clean the first time, you weren't alone, but you were. And now you are. I do want to just easily jump into another relationship, jump into that. And for what? So let's say somebody lived in your area and they were like, oh man, you seem awesome. Let's go hang out. When? Who am I going to tell that I can't be around because I'm going on a date? My kids? When the house is on fire? I need to put myself aside for now and move forward with this. I'll appreciate this way later on when things are different. But for right now, I'm still in this web of madness right now. And I just need to like really call myself out. I still haven't started my step. That should have been priority number one when I said I was going to do it. You know, and that needs to happen now. Like more than anything, for myself, for my own mental health, I need to start that tonight. Because if I just push it off another day, I'll push it off another day, and I'll go to the gym and I'll work and I'll do all these things, but it'll be in the back of my mind that you said you were going to do something and you didn't do it. And somebody asked you how it's going, and you just said slow. That wasn't the answer they are asking you, and they were just searching to see if you're doing okay. But you didn't want to tell them you didn't start it because you said you were going to. So reflect on that. You'll have to be honest in that regards. You'll say it in a public atmosphere when you're at that meeting again. Because you lied. I mean, you didn't lie, but you did, right? Because it is going slow. You're not doing it. And then you came up with us all like other shit. When really it's a person in recovery reaching out to say, hey, have you started? doing all these things and I'm sad. I'm sure I'd feel a lot better if I sold some cars. But I'm behind on that too. My bills they're just piling up. You know, I know you grinded really hard, but the grind doesn't stop, man. It continues. Because little things are slipping. Like you're not making your bed like you should. And you did make your bed today, and you made your bed yesterday, but you didn't make it the other day. And that's because you woke up later than you wanted to. Alright. So on a good note, went to the gym with my daughter this morning. That was amazing. I got the kids off to school, and I actually got to chat with somebody, you know, in my neighborhood that I got to share with them what's going on. It's not like people can't tell, you know, like anybody you're talking to that's, if you're in active addiction and you're talking to somebody and they're trying to tell you that like nobody can tell and it's just all in your head, you know they can tell. You don't need to ask somebody if they can tell. But more importantly, just don't do it. You don't have to worry if they can tell. But moving forward, as you look back at the rubble, they could tell. You know? Everybody at that bus stop could tell. And you're this much into it. You're not a lot into it. Not to take away any credit from the, you know, the days that you have or the months that you have, but you're this much into it. And you were this so deep into the other side of it. Enough to like have to do all the stuff that you've done so far. So this is a lot compared to where you were, but this isn't enough to be thinking that you can start being in a relationship, you know, fucking off responsibility because you want to talk to other people. This stuff that you're working on has to be done on the side. It can't be done throughout the day. You can post it at the gym on Twitter or whatever you're going to use, X, whatever you're going to use moving forward. But you can't be doing nothing like this at work. And I think it's time to say that out loud. You know, because you'll look back and you'll say, man, I remember when chess was the distraction, you know, but it's far better than being loaded and going in and, you know, or not being high at work, but being loaded and over the weekend and then coming in the way you were coming in, you know, just miserable, painful. Yeah, if I dig deep enough, I realize that, like, what'll happen is you'll go through a phase like you did this week where you didn't really do too well at work, and then your brain will tell you, well, you were doing way better even though you were messed up. But you weren't. You know? You have to go through these tough times to get through these tough times in order for you to look at, all right, I get through these tough times on a positive level. So I gotta log in. I'm gonna log into my my home group here. I just needed to just get that off my chest. I'll get it off my chest at my home group, but I needed to get it off my chest in my diary, and this is my diary. This is my diary. I can speak freely. I can say what's on my mind. I don't have to erase anything. I don't have to worry about how, you know, the grammar is. And I can just like really record all of this as I go through it, you know. So, love you, Rodney. Keep going, man. Keep doing what you're doing.